we've got the pillow, we've got, I'm using my phone as a mic this time because I want to see how that goes. Got some coffee, and, well, let's update. So, as you probably see by the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about an update to this store that'll launch. If you guys didn't know, if this is the first video that you are seeing about this topic, I've basically launched the store. It's about just under 2.5 weeks ago now. It's like 2 weeks and a few days that I wanted to launch during quarantine, and I wanted it to be an Aussie-only store, and I wanted to sell to only Aussie customers. And I was going to show you guys through all the through any roadblocks that I have, any hurdles that I find, and tell you guys what I did to get around that. So, what happened? There's actually been an update to this situation, and it is quite a funny one. I'm going to tell you guys, tell you guys all about it, and tell you guys what I've been through so far with this. And it's been interesting. It's been a huge, I would say, part of a learning curve for me as well. It's been really, really good. I've actually really enjoyed it, even though it's been, I wouldn't say a struggle, but I've learned a lot from this, and I'll tell you guys, what I've basically gone through with this. So we're going to go back because, if you guys have forgotten the story, I basically launched a product, and I've been using Zendrop. I started using Zendrop. I launched a dental product, so it was in the dental niche, and on the same store, I ended up launching a second product, which was in the fitness niche. Now, what happened with the first product was it was selling okay. It did, I think, about 1,000 in revenue, but it was just breaking even. And I had a look at the ad sets, and I was trying to narrow down the ad sets, and I was trying to make them profitable. And then when I launched my second product, I noticed that started to slowly bring in revenue, and the conversion rate for that was a lot better than the dental product. And I was thinking, because the reason I did a dental product was because my very, very first product that I was doing, they ended up doing, I think it was a little bit over 22, maybe 23K in revenue. That's 23 grand in revenue in like a month and a half, maybe 2 months. That was the one that did over 16 grand in revenue for a month, and I was getting about 1,500 in profit a week, which was going quite well. I stopped that product because I knew that I could sell a better product, one that was better quality. I didn't want to get to the point where I was selling so many, and I personally didn't feel good about the product. I didn't feel good in the end of it. I didn't feel good about selling it. That's basically the truth of it all. And I found a better dental product. I could use the same targeting, so I thought, okay, I'd launch that. So I did that, and then I launched a fitness product. And like I was saying, the fitness product was getting better returns. So I thought, okay, I'm going to stop this dental product. And this is the first fitness product that I've ever drop shipped. But I had a general idea of who I could target for my Facebook ads. So I started doing that, and it was all going well. Had about 6 to 17 days shipping time through Zendrop, and I thought, okay, this is really cool. This isn't going too bad. Logged into Zendrop one day. I think it was one of the days when, or just one morning when I went to fulfill some of the orders, and I saw on there, okay, they had a COVID notification, which I'm guessing was there before, but I didn't read about it beforehand. I'm guessing I just didn't see it, or I saw it but I didn't read it, or whatever. I talked about this in my last video, but basically what happened was I saw that they had to extend their shipping time to Australia. So instead of being 6 to 17 days, it was 25 to 35. And throughout this, I'm going to be putting up screenshots of what I saw and what I was doing to deal with it and whatnot. So I said, okay, all right, I'll just make sure that if there's any problems with my current orders, I'll just address them. If they need returns, I haven't had any returns so far, which is so far so good, but we'll see how we go. If I have to have any returns, I'll do the returns, but I'll just update my website accordingly. So, coffee break. Coffee tastes really good today. Whew. God, I love coffee. It's so good. So, yeah, I updated my website, and I thought to myself, okay, let's see what happens. So I updated my site, I think it was about 10 or 11 o'clock that night that I found out. Waited for my ad sets. I said, okay, let's see the next day. Let's see if, let's see how it affects my site. Let's see how it affects my sales. So the day before that, I had about 7 sales, had about 7 orders, I think. The next day, 0. So I thought, okay, shit. People really do not like 25 to 35 days shipping, which obviously I had to do. I couldn't lie to the customers. I had to be upfront about it. So I thought, okay, I need a new way of doing this. So I thought, all right, I'm going to have a look at eBay, and I'm going to see if I can drop ship from eBay. So list my product on Shopify. When someone orders it, I'll have a look for that same product on eBay. None were around. The only ones that were around, they had all sold out. This was like a week ago. I had a look, and there was some on eBay. And I had a look now, there was nothing. The only people that were selling them were still like up at around 40-day shipping time. So I thought to myself, okay, I'm going to have a look, and I know that there's Dropship Zone, and I know that there's SaleWho, and I had a look at both of them. Fitness stuff either sold out or overpriced. The fitness stuff was, usually I would buy this set for say maybe around $25, on the higher side maybe $30. This, they were selling it for like $60, and around $60 was what I was selling it for. And I thought, okay, I can't do this because, with shipping included, I'm not going to make any profit. So I couldn't do that. So I was sitting there thinking, okay, Aliexpress, they have tremendously terrible shipping times right now. It's like 40 days. So I can't use Aliexpress. I can't use Zendrop. So I thought, all right, what's another thing I can do? So I had a look, and I was going through thinking about what I'd seen, what I'd listened to, and I thought, hey, even though Alibaba is a wholesale website where you got to buy things in bulk, I know that they can do drop shipping as well. So I had a look around. Sweet, I found the same set for Alibaba, and the only thing was that it was $10 more, with the shipping. But they could do the 6 to 17 day shipping. So I was like, sweet, I can change that back. So I changed up my site, because basically what I had to do was change my product again. I had to change the product, add new reviews, because you can't import reviews from your old product to the new one. Had to import reviews, had to change everything up, had to change up the link to the new URL, to the new product on my site. Had to integrate everything again, which in reality took only about an hour or two, but it was very tedious stuff. And then once I changed that, I set up my ads, and I was like, okay, cool. I set that to make sure that it ran from just after 12 o'clock at night. And I waited for the next day. So that was from dropshipping from Alibaba. So I waited. I think I got about 7 or 8 orders that day. This was only like a few days ago. And I was like, sweet, that's awesome. Now, one thing I didn't note was that, or I didn't think about was, shit, there is no app for Shopify that allows you to automatically fulfill orders through Alibaba. So I was like, oh, fuck, okay. So I'm going to have to go through and do all these orders myself, manually, type in their address manually, and purchase each one manually, have them shipped out manually. So I was like, okay, I did that. Now, I only did 8 orders, and it took me about, I'm going to say around 20 to 25 minutes to basically get everything together, change the address, type the new one in, send it off, pay for it, open a new tab, because you couldn't go back and enter it in and do it. You had to go open a new tab. Did all that. So it took about 25 minutes, maybe half an hour, because I was sort of making sure that all the addresses were right and whatnot. So I did that. That was all done. And I thought to myself, if I'm getting to the point where I'm getting like at least 10 to 15 orders a day, there's no fucking way I'm going to be doing this sitting. I cannot stand these menial tasks where you're just sitting there looking at info, typing in info. Obviously, I can't do admin. I've done admin before in one of my prior jobs, and I couldn't stand it. So there was obviously no way I was going to do that, right? And then I had some thoughts occur to me, and I was like, okay, maybe I can sort out something with a virtual assistant, and maybe I can pay someone I know to give them access to my stuff, and then they can do it, and I can pay them. I don't know, I can pay someone, an extra $50 a week or whatever. I sat there and thought to myself, no, there's got to be a better way to do this. There's got to be a way better way to do this. And I was just, after I did those orders just after I did those orders that night, I sat there and I was thinking, okay, and have a look see if there's anywhere else I can get it from. And in a last minute attempt, I had a look on Aliexpress again, and their shipment, I had a look, one of the shipments, they were saying, okay, they'll get it by end of May, June. I was like, that is terrible, this is over a month. Then other ones, they were doing like just over 4 weeks, and it was horrible shipping. Then I came up to a supplier, and they must have been back in works, like back to normal, same product. It was 12 to 20 day shipping to Australia. and it was a little bit cheaper than what I was getting from Alibaba. I was like, sweet. I said, okay, even though I've had problems with AliExpress before, I'm going to go and use AliExpress because this is better than entering in all this manual shit. This is terrible. I'm not doing this. There's no way I'm entering all this in manual. At least I can fulfill these orders automatically. So I ended up changing it all again. I had to import everything again, all the reviews, had to do everything all again, make sure that the description and everything was right, make sure that the URL was right. So this is the third time now that I've changed my Facebook ads because I had to change the link. So basically what happens is I turned off my Facebook ads, I put in the new link, turned it back on, it had to be in a review for about half an hour to an hour, then it was active again. So I was like, sweet, okay. So I launched that just after 12 o'clock again because I like to leave it from 12 a.m. That night or that early morning, whatever it is, and at least it can run for a full 24 hours and I'll get, try and get the right data. So I did that. And then I think the next day I got about 5 orders, I think, in total. And I was like, sweet, this isn't too bad. Now, I went and had a look, and then I was reading through my comments on... so I could have kept it like that, and I could have... I knew deep down that I didn't really want to use AliExpress, but it was pretty much the only option right now. So I was reading through my comments on on one of my YouTube videos. I think it was my last one. And I had it was either a subscriber or just a viewer. I don't think it had his real name on there. But I'll see if I can leave a screenshot of it here. And he said, dude, don't use Zendrop, because by then I hadn't updated about saying I was using AliExpress. He said, dude, don't use Zendrop. Make sure, he said, I personally use Hyperskew. He said he did about 40K USD in revenue on Zendrop. He said it almost killed his business. I thought, okay, that's pretty viable because, I haven't heard overly good things about Zendrop, but at least they were a little bit better than AliExpress. So he told me to check out something called Hyperskew, which could ship to Australia. So I had a look, and I was having a look on their site, had a look that, a lot of suppliers had the same product, but they were really expensive. Like with shipping, it was like $60, maybe $70, and I was like, okay, shit. They don't have the right price. I found one supplier which had the exact same product I was selling, and it ended up being, so on AliExpress, I was paying $29 per unit. On Hyperskew, it was $39, I think. $39. Yeah, $39 it was with shipping. But they had 8 to 10 day shipping. This was the best shipping I'd ever seen. This was coming from China. Their shipping price was really low. So it was 8 to 10 shipping. So I was like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. Okay, sweet. Same product. It's a little bit more. So, okay, I'll up the price a little bit on my product. So now this is the 4th time to go through and change up the ads, change up the ads, change up the link, make sure everything was in order, change the reviews again, import everything, and it was the 4th time. It was 4 times shutting off my reviews and turning them back on. So I launched it again. This was just yesterday or today, whatever it was. I can't remember if it was yesterday or today. I left it, and it was. It ended up getting no sales for the day. So basically what I'm thinking has happened at this point in time is that I've changed this ad around so many times that it's kind of screwed up the pixel a little bit. So all I'm going to do, this is where we're currently at. In the last 2.5 weeks, what we're currently at is about 2.8K in revenue. Now we're finally getting to the point where it's starting to be profitable now. Even though we didn't get any sales today, we necessarily didn't spend too much in ads. I think we only got around 100 visitors on our site, which isn't much at all. It's like, I'm guessing it's going to be around like $30 in ad spend, maybe $40 in ad spend max. So that's not too bad. So what I've done right now is I've just shut off my ads. I've thought, okay, I'm just going to relaunch this. At least I've got a decent supplier now, decent shipping. They track the orders. Hyperskew, by far, from what I've seen so far, is great for Aussies. And thank you for the guy who left a comment. I don't think you had your name on there, but I think I might have seen Hyperskew before, but this is the first time implementing it into my store. So I've learned a lot so far, and this is all because of the COVID stuff, because of all this shipping, the delay times, and now I think it's actually led to something good. I found Hyperskew, and if Hyperskew works out well, and I can get my ads back up and running again, I think we should do well, and I think I might use Hyperskew for the foreseeable future. But that was basically what I had done. So like I was saying, I've shut off my ads, and I'm just going to basically relaunch them with the same ad targets, just completely new ones. and just see how I go. I'm going to launch it just after 12 o'clock tonight or in the morning or whatever, and see how we go. But yeah, it's been a fun ride. So far as we're standing, we're at 2.8K in revenue, and yeah, we're slowly starting to become profitable now. It's at the break-even point already, but now we're slowly getting to the point where it's like, where it's like $40 in profit to $100 in profit a day, and yeah, we're slowly getting there, and like I said, it's all a learning process for me, and I've done dropshipping in Australia before, but I wanted to do it during this COVID stuff, and I want to show you guys my experiences so far. So from what I've seen, don't use Zendrop right now. Don't use Aliexpress. Alibaba you can, but I would be making spreadsheets for your orders, making sure that someone can fulfill them for you, because there is no fucking way that I was going to do that myself. If you can get someone else to do it, Alibaba's fine. They fulfill the orders really well, and they've got good shipping times. Can sometimes be a little bit more pricey, and a lot of suppliers can't do dropshipping, so keep that in mind. But so far, Hyperskew has been pretty good, in my opinion. Haven't had any problems so far. I've only had a few orders through them because, like I said, the stuff with the ads happened, but I'm going to persevere, and I'm going to keep this dropshipping stuff. So yeah, that's the explanation so far of what's been happening. I like doing these update videos. I hope you're learning a lot from these. If you have any questions about what's going on, let me know, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. But apart from that, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. More updates to come, and if you have any other video suggestions, let me know. Hope you're staying safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.